Hi, I'm Tina Hnatiuk and welcome to my living room yoga. Today I'm going to show you a very simple sequence that really just about anybody can do for lower back pain. And if you've ever had low back pain like I have, I've had some chronic issues with my SI joint and low back stuff over the years. It was actually, a quick little story here aside, was when I was in my early 20s, I had such low back pain, like so much back pain, that I couldn't even turn over to turn off my alarm clock. And it was really yoga that shifted things. I very rarely have back pain anymore now, and one of the reasons why is the sequence I use an awful lot to keep lots of mobility in my back, as well as flexibility. And there's a few parts here that are helpful to keep your low back happy. We'll be doing some hip stretches as well as some low back specific things to keep your back happy and healthy. Okay, so what I invite you to do is come join me on your mat and we'll go through the sequence together. Okay, so let's go. So this is all going to be done lying down. And I invite you to come and lay down onto your mat on your back. And the first posture that we'll come into here is a little bridge pose. So when you lay down, I invite you to bend your knees, walk your feet in towards your hips. Your feet are about hip width apart and slightly pigeon-toed. So you're thinking about the outer edges of your feet in line with the sides of your mat. Now I invite you to press down through your feet to lift your hips. And you're using your legs more than your bum. So this is different than lifting weights. You want to think about your legs doing the work. Now, options here for arms, or you can have like robot arms where you press into your triceps to lift your chest, or you're welcome to walk your hands underneath. So you'll walk your shoulder blades together and press your hands down. I'll invite you to press your feet forward away from you to try and lift your chest closer to your chin. And guide your tailbone between your knees. Last couple of breaths here. And then release your hands and very gently release your spine. Okay, so we're going to do 2 more sets. On your next inhale, lift your hips up, either robot arms or you can walk your hands under. And this time I'll invite you to come up onto your tippy toes. So lift your heels as high as you can. Try and lift your hips. Particularly in this variation, it's common for knees to come apart. So try and draw them in a little closer together, letting your inner thighs drop towards the floor. Chest towards your chin, tail between your knees. Good. And then release your heels. And then very gently release your hands and your back. All right, last one. On your next inhale, I invite you to lift your hips. Walk your hands under, or robot arms are fine. I invite you to keep your feet flat onto the floor this time. And now you're going to lift the fronts of your feet up. So your heels are the only thing touching. And you'll push them out away. Chest towards your chin. One more breath. And then I'll invite you to release your feet, your hands, and your back. Great. Okay. So next version here is what's called a figure 4. You'll take your right ankle over your knee. Flex your foot to support this knee, and then start to bring your legs in towards you. If you can, you'll interlace your fingers behind your left thigh and start to take your legs in towards your chest. The tendency is to lean a little bit to the right, so I'd like you to shift the weight a bit more to your left. If you have more mobility, you might interlace over your shin. Good. Breathe into your right hip. And then I'll invite you to release. Take your right right foot to the floor now, and you'll switch sides. Left ankle across your knee, and interlace either behind your right thigh or over the shin if you have the space. You'll lean the weight a little bit more to your right rather than your left. And rather than letting your pelvis curl up off the mat, I'm going to invite you to try and keep your tail down towards it. And this will actually make the stretch deeper. Good, one more breath. And then you're welcome to release. Okay, now I invite you to take your arms out to the side into a T. Scoot your hips just a little bit over to your left, and then drop your knees to your right. They may or may not come down towards the floor, it doesn't matter. Most important thing here is to keep your left shoulder anchored down. Let your knees get heavy, and have long, deep exhales. With each exhale, see if you can let go into the twist a little bit further. And then on your next inhale, I invite you to come up. And this time you'll scoot your hips a bit more to your right. You might have to go a little bit further than you did on the other side, just to make up for the space that you took on the other side. And then you'll exhale your knees to your left. You can take your gaze over your right fingertips this time, and your right shoulder stays down. And here you're really just focusing on letting go. Heavier towards the earth. On your next inhale, I invite you to bring your knees up. You're welcome to either roll to your side or you can rock yourself up. So I'm going to roll to my side to come up, and that is it. So thank you for joining me. These three postures honestly have been three of the most beneficial for me, and I do them every day, particularly when I start feeling my low back sore. And I work in an office too, so I know what it's like. So try them out. Let me know how they go for you. And if you found this video valuable, please like it and share it and subscribe to my channel so you get more good stuff. Okay, and I look forward to having you in my living room again soon. Take care.